What up, YouTube? It's me, it's Roche Ball, y'all. Today I'm coming to you with a quick story time. It's about my Valentines Day Massacre that happened last year. Now, I wasn't going to put this up because I'm not trying to out nobody, talk about nobody on any kind of social media platform. I'm not going to name no names. I forgot his name anyway. That's how important it was. But let me tell you what happened. So I'm talking to this guy, on the phone or whatever like that. And so we started talking, good conversation. It's been, cute, good conversation, and all this other stuff like that. So he sends me a picture of him, like, oh, wow. So he looks all kind of buff, you know what I mean? He's like buff, He's like, yeah, I used to lift when I was back in college, in high school and college or whatever. I used to lift a lot. And I'm thinking, well, it's a good thing you keeping it up because I've dated guys before that didn't care about their weight at all. So that's one thing that kind of attracted me to this guy. I was like, he's fit. I'm like, oh my gosh. So he sends me another picture of him where he has on like this sweater and some like Adidas sweatpants. So I'm thinking, oh, wow, he's buff. I can really see his whole, figure. He's real buff. I mean, like, goodness. And, he had a nice, like, not a crew cut, but when a crew cut is kind of growing in, he had like short hair, it was, like I said, he was buff. Dark hair, and all that. He looked real buff. So later on that night, we just started talking. I sent him a picture just of my face, just like, hey, this is me or whatever like that. We exchanged compliments, whatever. So long story short, we ended up going out that night. And this was Valentine's Day of last year, 2016. We ended up going out that night. So he was like, he picked me up like almost a block away from where I live. So I went out there and I was just like, this ain't the same guy from the... So I guess you can say I got catfished, but it was the same person, the same name, but it wasn't... His pictures was not up to date. And so I noticed when I started looking at his pictures, she goes, oh, those are pictures of me from 2012. And I was like, wow. And he said he dated some other girl before. And let me just explain to you how this guy looked now. From the pictures, when I was telling you that, when I saw him, his pictures, he was just like, yeah, I lived, and I still lived and this and that. Girl, when he came to the house to pick me up for Valentine's Day last year, I swear, maybe not the same hairdo, but he looked like Newman from the, Jerry Seinfeld show. He looked like Newman from Seinfeld. And I'm like, so I'm thinking, did I just get catfished? And he was saying, no, that's me, but that's way in 2012. And so I'm wondering in my mind, it didn't even click in my mind to think, okay, wait a minute. Let me ask him, if these pictures of you from like a couple days ago are just like recent pictures, it didn't click in my mind to ask him that. For some reason, I'm thinking he still looked the way he looked. The pictures look fresh. And I'm thinking he was like, well, I still live. I used to live in high school and in college. And now, I still live. So I'm thinking he was going to look like, ooh, how he did in the pictures. No. First of all, he had these, it was 2.5 seconds away from being bifocals. That's what it looks like. I swear. Think of Newman from Seinfeld show. That's what he looked like. Think of Newman from the Seinfeld show with the grown-in crew cut. And he was just big. And he made this joke as he was taking me to his car. And he's laughing. Number one, your laugh is higher than mine. What? The F? What? Are you serious? Anyway, so he takes me on Valentine's Day. So I'm thinking, you know what? Let me just be nice. The whole date was craps. From the time that I met him all the way till at the end of the date, which was, my first and last time ever seeing that guy. But let me just tell you what happened. We went out on to, he was talking to me about some boring stuff, and I was like, yeah, okay. Because I was already pissed off because it wasn't the guy. Now, I didn't want to be rude and say, I'm not going out with you. I mean, next time I will do that. If something like that happens to me again, I'm not wasting my time. I'm going to ask the right questions. I'm going to be like, is this really you in the pictures? Is this really you? So he was like, yeah, so I hope you like Mexican food. So I'm thinking, we don't go to a down-hole Mexican food place. No, we went to El Torito. And I'm thinking, let me just order the cheapest thing on the menu because I don't want him to think I owe him anything. So before we get to the rest inside, we parked in the parking lot. Before we get inside the El Torito, he reaches out his hand. And I'm like, what? I'm looking, he goes, so I'm holding his hand. I'm like, fuck. I'm sorry, forgive me for cursing. I'm like, man, I don't want to hold his hand. I'm like, because I was so pissed off that he didn't look like he did in the pictures. So, he didn't look like he did in the picture. So I'm just like, I promise you, I'm not exaggerating. He looks like Newman from. Okay, let me just say, the closest thing he looks like in his pictures that he sent me, which I found out it was from 2012. The closest thing he looked like in his pictures was, I can't even tell you because I don't even know who he looked like, but he was a very good looking, young, high school / college student, which he said he lived. He told me over the phone, oh, I still lived. But when you saw him, look, no offense to the guy who played Newman on the Seinfeld show, but he looked just like Newman. And Newman don't look like he lifted anything in his whole entire life but some food to his mouth. Okay? That's what he looks like. And so I'm on this date with him. He's talking about all kind of craps, and he was saying, like, yeah. And I went out on a date with this other woman who told me, I didn't know you wear glasses. So in the pictures he sent me, he didn't have no glasses on. And he was looking like the lady said, I didn't know you wear glasses. And I was just like, what makes you think I didn't wear glasses? And I'm like, well, you didn't have glasses on in the picture. So of course she probably thought that you didn't wear glasses. But I swear, these glasses look like they were 2.5 seconds away from being bifocals. I was not having it. I had an attitude on the day. My face was all twisted up. I kind of gave him one of these smiles. And I didn't even know how I was looking in the face, but I know I was not happy. So I hurried up and wolfed down some enchilada soup, which broke me out real bad later on, but that's another story. And so I'm just sitting there, and his food haven't came yet, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go to the bathroom. And I started to say, you know what? I gotta go home. Which I don't know why, for some strange reason, I wasn't thinking about these things when I was on a date with him. But I'm like, I know the proper questions to ask now. So I'm just like, let me go ahead and at least, just deal with this date, and after that it'll be over quick. Then his food comes out. He takes his sweet time eating, have a spoon and fork. I mean, he has this little knife and fork and cutting little everything. I guess he was trying. And then he goes, got the nerve. And I'm already kind of pissed off. So I'm like, okay, yeah. Then he had the nerve enough to go, so. I swear. Yeah, he was like, so. I'm like, so. And so what I did was, I was like, pretty much not into it at that time. I was ready to go, and I said, I was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling good right now. He goes, okay, we'll go in a minute. I'll pack this stuff up. So he took his food to go. That's the thing about it. As soon as I said, I'm not really feeling good, he packed his food up. We got in the car. So he goes, he talks to me about some other boring stuff. He goes, I want to show you the school I used to go to. I'm thinking, you know what? He was nice enough to come all the way down here. He paid for the food, even though all I got was an appetizer, which was the enchilada soup, chicken enchilada soup. That's it. And, so he showed me to some whack school that he used to go to. Something, oh, okay, I'm trying to go home. Because, like I said, I already started, like, breaking out from whatever I was eating. Whatever was in that chicken enchilada soup from El Torito, I was already kind of breaking out. Something, and number one, and plus his date is, so I'm trying to hurry up and go home. Go home. And then he's like, so I hope you at least join my company. And I guess he kind of knew that I ain't trying to give you no kiss. So he just touched on my leg, like he touched on my leg like this. I hope you like my company. And so I'm like, so I squeeze my legs together like this, and I kind of like shift towards like the door, like I wanted to, he made me feel so uncomfortable. First he touched my leg, and then he tried to move up closer to my thigh area. And so I kind of yanked away. He goes, oh, I hope you like my company. And then as I'm getting out of the car, he touches my back. The worst freaking date I've ever been on in my whole entire life. Ladies, gentlemen, when you're talking to somebody, whether it's online, check. As soon as y'all exchange numbers, tell them, send me a picture of you right now. As a matter of fact, send me a video of what you're doing right now so I can know it's you. Check. Because that date was horrible.